All right. Hello and welcome, everybody. I am Brenda Williams, the founder of the Inner Voice Project, and we're so excited about a program that we're producing under the Power of Girlhood's um, initiative to help amplify the voices of girls. And this is so exciting because one of our amazing board members, Arzelia Williams, who not only is an amazing board member, but is also a slam champion out here in these streets and has done amazing work in partnership with another amazing youth organization, Inside Out Literary Arts, to which I have been and am currently working as a poet in residence. So, Ardelia's beautiful mind has come up with this fantastic event, Poetry in Mental Health. And if you're an artist of any sort, you know that your art is the very first place that you put yourself in. It helps you to get a voice, to gain confidence, your identity, and just sort out life. So, without further ado, Arzelia, I want to welcome you. And in your own words, what has poetry done for you on a personal level, and what do you hope that this event achieves?
First off, thank you for having me. It's amazing to be on the board of the Power of Girlhood. Also, we'll drop the event details, but Sunday, May 21st, 1 to 3 p.m. is the workshop, and 4 to 6 p.m. is the open mic. Be there. But before I get into what poetry has meant to me, I like to start with how I got into writing poetry. I started writing poetry when I was 3 years old at the request of my great grandmother. She was a big poet. She kept clipping. She did her own poetry. She kept poetry. And one of the things she started having me do when I was young was write 3 or 4 lines in a notebook every day before I would go outside and play. So she got me into the habit of write 3 or 4 lines here, write 3 or 4 lines there. Once I got into elementary and middle school, that's when I really got into performing my poetry. Made my way through high school, was involved with Inside Out Citywide Poets Program, amazing program. And that's when I really got into performing poetry. What poetry has meant to me personally was one of the things that I had health issues. I had migraines, where I had chronic migraines where the doctors couldn't figure out why I was having them. Missed a lot of school, couldn't be involved in a lot of activities that other people my age at that time were involved in. But one of the things that I started to do was I wrote about how I felt, wrote about the things I was thinking, about my dreams, where I wanted to go from here, all the things I was going to do once the headaches finally stopped. But I just wrote poetry. I kept putting pen to paper, and that was one of the things that really helped me get through that tough stage in my life. And what I hope that this event gives to people is if you're going through something, or even if you're not going through something, look at ways that you can re-energize yourself. Look at the ways where you can put pen to paper, you can put fingertips to a keyboard and share your story, share what you're going through, share your emotions, share your mood, share anything. It all helps you to get that out, and you can start becoming a better version of yourself through writing.
Ooh, when I say I relate so much, because I too started writing in my formative years. Actually, I started in middle school, but kept through it through high school. I don't think I did anything publicly till I hit my 20s. I just had notebooks and notebooks, but I didn't share anything until I was 20. I would go to Mahogany, Cafe Mahogany. So shout out to Cafe Mahogany and sit on the floor and just be in awe of some of the spoken word artists that are here in the city of Detroit. And definitely navigating through the highs and lows of life. Poetry has just been such a lifesaver, but I've heard that across the board in, artists in other disciplines, very much they start young. It's a way for you to process, the world. And I love that you talked about the workshop, but also the open mic piece. So, Arzelia, when you think about some of the voices that are coming from One Single Rose, we've got Nathan Dredge Johnson, we have Aretha Peace Bell, we got a female DJ, so shout out DJ Nouveau. What kind of environment do you think that poetry creates that's just so unique, that just kind of helps you feel empowered or maybe even inspired? What is so unique about this mixture of talent and just the space to, you know, express yourself?
I feel like poetry is a medium where it welcomes anyone, and no two poems are the same. It can be inspired by the same person, it can be inspired by the same poem, but the two poems are not going to come out the same. Even if I was to sit here and write a poem that was inspired by another poem and then wrote another poem tomorrow, it wouldn't be the same poem. And I think that's one of the things that when you have this environment, you have an open mic, you have people who are sharing different works from different stages in their life, their current stage, a previous stage, what they hope to be next week, or they even hope to be tomorrow. But a lot of people can relate to that. It may be things that they are going through or things that they experience that they are like, hmm, they're telling their story. I can tell my story too. Like they're telling their story. Everyone in the room is welcoming. They're listening. They're snapping. They're giving feedback. Nah, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can open up a little bit more. Poetry creates that environment where it's like you can relate. You can understand this person. You can see yourself in their shoes, and then you can find a way to go up, grab the mic, and share your own story.
I love the permission that you're sharing that's possible for, you know, the young women that we are anticipating coming. So, our program, ranges in age, but this poetry piece, we're definitely inviting 13 to 17-year-olds to come out. If you have a really mature 12-year-old, we're not going to say no. But we would just, and this is free. So let me the open mic port the workshop, and that Arzelia, you're facilitating the youth workshop. So let's even get into that. So we have two parts to this event, but I want to talk about the first part, which is the poetry workshop. So share with us kind of, what to anticipate and what we can expect.
Yeah. So first off, we covered that there's going to be a workshop and open mic. We gave you the date. It may help if we also drop the location. It's going to be at Norwest Gallery. And the workshop is 1 to 3, but really taking some time to not only dive into the art there, but helping the girls unpack like what is a form of self care for you? How have you used poetry as self care? Kind of breaking down a few poems that have touched on issues of mental health or have been used in a mental health realm. And then kind of building some prompts from there where the girls can write their own poetry. And like you mentioned, like the age range is generally 13 to 17, but if you have some mature kids, 10, 11, 12, we're going to welcome them too.
We definitely want to bring up that part because we're noticing that younger and younger, especially during the pandemic, mental health has taken a toll on our young people, all genders, to be quite honest, even adults. As I'm hearing, from my friends who are still in education and wraparound services, they've taken a huge hit too, socially, spiritually, emotionally, and poetry is just such a great tool and avenue for that expression. And yes, shout out to Norwest Gallery. Our inspiration to even have it in a gallery, even the setting, the space, we hope to inspire the art that you see, on the wall, that it's run by a Black woman, right? Right, that whole part. To see a Black woman running a gallery, these are not kind of like the career pathways that we see every day, or maybe that's available to us, or that you even belong in this artistic space. We want you to even see, like, just from a sensory career space, that hey, I could possibly own a gallery. I really love art. This artwork is speaking, to me. And then let's talk about the open mic and special performance. We've got some intimate performances that are coming. So let's even talk about the open mic and the adult part of the event.
Yeah, so we have, like you just mentioned, we have some great performances. We have a female DJ who's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. So definitely come out, hear some great work. We also have availability on spot to sign up. But one of our goals for this event is to help build up our 50 for 50. So we're looking for 50 people who are willing to commit $50 a month to help to support the mission of the Power of Girlhood, specifically the In Her Voice project.
Yes. And I think what we really want to center is, we're a smaller nonprofit organization, and to help the Inner Voice Project, some people want to say, well, what's Power of Girlhood Inner Voice Project? So Inner Voice Project is what's at the helm that's driving the programming. And so we, especially, this was born during the pandemic. What was a way that we could keep girls engaged, that we could continue our mission? And sort of this media initiative emerged. And so shout out to, Lex Brown and Summer March. They have been working on the magazine, and so we'll have more deets on that. Naomi Richardson, who's been doing our YouTube channel. So there's a bi-weekly YouTube channel. And shout out to Charnel, who has been contributing articles to our blog around mental health, around self-care. So this is an emergence or a evolution of the program to have this specifically mental health, creativity, and media, come together. So yes, the 50 for 50, please come out. We're looking for 50 individuals at $50 a month. And so what does that do? That helps us to continue our work, to continue to, empower and enlist young men. This helps us to keep our programs low cost for free. I don't believe in the history, Arzelia, of our organization have we charged a girl or her family over $150, period, because we want it to stay accessible.
Yep.
Yep. And the only way that we can do that is by generous donations like yours, because we have no paid staff, we have no paid employees. People do this. This is a labor of love. And so, Arzelia, thank you for stepping up to the plate as our first 50 for 50. So I guess now we're looking at no, and Lori. So we're looking at 48, 48 individuals
That we hope to
to.
see on Sunday, May 21st from
That is
4 to 6
correct.
p.m. And
That is
also,
correct.
if I can throw in one quick thing, we do have a surprise planned at the open mic. Brenda listed a few of the mediums that the In Her Voice Project is working on, Power of Girlhood is working on. So I'm not going to spoil too much here. You'll have to be there to see it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And on these internet streets, we are encouraging you to, head over to our, you can click the link here if you're watching on YouTube. You can click the link to head over to our Instagram, head over to our Facebook. You can click and you can sign up. You can also become a 50 for 50 member right now. You can put in a donation of $50 right now as your ongoing commitment to the organization, but also become part of the community, because we definitely need champions and advocates. So, with that, Arzelia, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, we have a good time. This is the tourist season, so I just want to put that out there. Like, this is all tourist season, honey. We are out here, and tourists get it done, and with flair, we just kind of make it look good. So I just want to put that out there. Just saying.
Just throw a
Yeah.
little.
So yeah, just a little sprinkle, sprinkle. So we're looking forward to seeing you all on May 21st at 1 p.m. for the girls from 1 to 3, and then 4 to 6. There'll be an open mic. So they'll be able to share. That's the wonderful thing, is that, once the girls come, you'll be able to share in the evening portion what you worked on in the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you are feeling froggy and you want to leap and you have something that you're feeling inspired, you want to share, even if it's a song, we'll take a song too. A few bars, if you got some bars you want to drop, you can do the 16 bars. We'll take that too. But we're just really excited about this ability to give a tool, a free tool to help you navigate through this thing called life because it gets rough, baby. Even for adults, it gets rough sometimes. But the poetry is just one way that we can get through this. So, Arzelia, again, thank you so much for joining
Thank
me.
you again for having me.
Yeah, look, we out here. We out here poeting.
On the
We've
court.
got one, we got verses, we've
Mm-hmm.
got poetry for you all. So please check us out. You can log onto our website, thepowerofgirlhood.org. And then also please share this video with others so that they too can hear about the amazing mission that we have, hear the stunning voices that are going to be present and help us with our 5450 initiative. Thank you all so much. Be blessed. Arzelia, I'll see you soon.
See you
We out.
soon.
See you soon.
See you.
All right. Have a great one. Bye.